Go round, everyone! Woo! Right, keep going for our next action. So shall I play you some of yours? It's Will Ryden! Woo! Will Ryden in the house.
There we go.
Hello, Nottingham. How are we? Are you well?
Yeah.
Are you well?
Yes.
That is going to change. By the way, left-hand side of the room, you've all got light bulbs above your head. It's all like you're sat there going, I've had an idea! Thank you, Nottingham, you've been amazing. I've been all right. Yeah, for those there are some people in the room who don't know me, believe me, but for those of you who don't, my name is Will Ryden. I'm 26 and I live on my own in a small rural market town called Shifnal in Shropshire. And in Shifnal in Shropshire, I rent a single bedroom box flat which is directly above a kebab shop. Yeah, I used to go to the kebab shop quite a lot, but I'm above that now. Thank you, Nottingham, you've been amazing. Safe to say, Shropshire's maybe not given me the opportunity I thought it once would. When I left university, I went to Aston University in Birmingham. There's grad jobs in Birmingham, there's grad jobs in Manchester, there's grad jobs in London. A grad job came up in Shifnal, Shropshire, and my friend said, Will, go for it. Shropshire is the land of milk and honey. It's where everything is going on. It's the capital of cool. Move there, and it'll be the making of you. I'm so glad I listened to those people 3 years ago, people of Nottingham, because this is a newspaper I bought from one of Shifnal's 2 co-ops, right? Mouse dropping. Now, I'm not saying Shropshire's boring. But a mouse once took a shit and it made headline news. I'm not a prop comedian. I bring the newspaper on for 2 reasons, right? 1, that is the best joke in my routine. Downhill from here. Reason number 2, I'm a relatively new comedian. This is, I think, gig 11, right? So in the very likely and real scenario, this all goes to shit. We could just do the Sudoku together. Benefit of living on your own, there are some in a rural market town, somewhere in Shropshire, right, is you get time for all your own hobbies. I've got 2 hobbies, okay? One of them is raw dogging. Has anyone heard of raw dogging? Yeah, okay, some cool people in the crowd. For those of you who don't know, raw dogging is when you have sex without a condom. With a dog. My other hobby, you can tell by this physique, I'm a runner. Are there any runners in the room? I got told there was a running club in. Brilliant, right. I got into running when I was 10 years old, right? Back then I was running away from the realisation my parents were going to get a divorce. Now I do park runs. I find there's a lot less child therapy involved. Not no child therapy. My favourite running memory was when I moved to Birmingham, running around the canals in Birmingham. Ooh, it's lovely. Picture it in your mind's eye now. One weird thing, right, that I haven't been able to sort of get a grip of, still don't really understand. Nottingham, you're a canal city, you might have seen this. I see it in Birmingham, still don't understand it. People fishing in the canals in Birmingham. What do you expect to pull out of a canal in Birmingham that you could serve with McCain oven chips? Fishing in a canal in Birmingham, right, is like opening an allotment within the 5-mile exclusion zone of Chernobyl's number 3. I actually got into running because I'm a cheapskate. I don't mind telling you, Nottingham, I'm a cheapskate. I don't like spending money, right? And I got that from my parents. My parents are from Huddersfield in West Yorkshire. No expense spared in raising me or my brother at the back, right? Now, and I understand it. I've come to terms with it, right? I got my inability to spend money from my parents from West Yorkshire. They got it from their parents from West Yorkshire. They got it from Margaret Thatcher closing all the mines. The only thing you can really spend any money on running, right, if you did go running, you would know, but is one of these, a running watch, right? Now, I bought the cheapest running watch you can buy, okay? And over Christmas, they released a new version of this, right? Really expensive version. And I saw the advert for it over Christmas. It was a very weird advert. It wasn't really clear what was going on. It was 2 voices talking, and at the end, some text got put on the screen and explained what was happening in the advert, right? And it was the recording of an actual real call log, right, in America, where a guy wearing the expensive version of this watch, right, had fallen off the trail while trail running in the Rocky Mountains. He was slowly bleeding out on the desert floor, miles from anyone, right? And his watch had detected that he had an impact. He wasn't responding, right? And the AI in the watch rang the emergency services, spoke to them, gave them his live GPS coordinates, his live vitals, and all of his health information. And within 30 minutes, an air ambulance arrived on the scene and saved the man's life. That's incredible. Now, my watch on the other hand, at about 10:30 last Wednesday night, right, posted a wank I had onto Strava. And it called it Will's Midnight Activity. And all of my friends saw it. And my bosses at work saw it. My mum gave it a thumbs up. So let's keep going. But I'm an optimistic person. I always have been an optimistic person, right? And the way I see it, with a time of 5 minutes 12 seconds from start to finish, that's a personal best. And I've been at this game for decades. With my friends, in fact, when they're all at uni, having sex, going out, meeting people, falling in love, I was in my room perfecting my craft. I think I can meet the Olympics. I'm still on for it. I'm an optimistic person, though. I have to be. My mum knows I'm a wanker, and I regularly pleasure myself while people downstairs order pizza bread. I'm an optimistic person, though, right? Prime example of this, right? Recently, I was in a nightclub. Who likes that one? Well written. I was in a nightclub in Wolverhampton, right? Yeah, I know. And I went into the men's toilets, and there was no light. The light bulbs had probably been stolen. There was no light bulbs. The poor lucky man, you know those guys. He was selling Chupa Chups in the dark. Poor bloke, right? And an example of me being an optimist, I saw a guy urinating, right, into what he thought was a urinal. What I actually saw was the very real image of a man urinating into one of those Dyson Airblade hand dryers. Now, a pessimist would have fled, called security, on some therapy. No. I saw past the man, right, and past the hand dryer. And past his penis, right? And I saw a hand dryer so powerful. It could eviscerate a stream of urine into an infinitely thin film, whilst simultaneously being so quiet. I could hear him at a normal talking volume from 5 metres away ask me what the fuck I was looking at. I get my optimism from my dad. My dad is a very optimistic person. My parents are divorced though. It's horrible, it's not great. Cheer up. My parents are divorced. My dad's got a new partner. We don't exactly see eye to eye. She's 4'11". I get my optimism from my dad. My mum, on the other hand, a pessimist. My mum, very pessimistic. Maybe the reason they broke up, that and the affair, I'm sure. My mum's a very pessimistic person. Like, example of this, like, my dog was getting very old, and my dog getting very old lined up exactly with my grandma getting old. The same things happened to them at the same time, right? So, like, eyesight started to go, hearing started to go, started to post really racist stuff on Facebook. Stopped going on long walks, switched to a diet of, like, entirely meat-based jellies. I don't know which one I'm talking about now, do you? In the end, had to have a put-down. Talking about my grandma, don't worry. But my mum thinks there is a deep spiritual connection between everything. She always thinks things are very heavily related. She always thinks there's like this universal relation between stuff, and she keeps finding links between things when they aren't there, right? Prime example of this, right? When my dog was losing its eyesight, my mum went, well, her vision's going, but she was always colourblind, right? Now, I know it's a misnomer that dogs are colourblind. Dogs aren't actually colourblind, right? And I googled it, and I read it out to my mum. And I said, Mum, despite what many people believe that dogs are colourblind, they can actually see certain shades of blue and yellow. Right? And my mum, who thinks there's a deep hidden connection between everything, hearing that dogs can see blue and yellow, went, Ukraine. lovely gig, and I hope to come back. Thank you so much. I've been all Ryden. Good night.
All right, everyone. Yes, please. 2 days to go,